Bonkers, what have you learned?
Hello everyone and welcome to the channel. Ion Storm here, and today I'm going to have a look at Geforce Now. I've been using the service for a while, but I thought I'd bring you a video just so that you can obviously see what the service entails, what you get with it. I'll show you all the dribs and drabs on the web page, showing you all the features for each tier of the subscription and what you get with it. And I'll also do a comparison because they are currently in the process of upgrading the service to 5080 RTX Blackwells. Yes, we are going from a 4080 RTX to the 5080, and I want to see what the difference is. I will be running the 5080 through a French server because unfortunately the UK servers haven't been upgraded yet, so stick around if you want to see that. But let's go over and have a look at what you get with Geforce Now and what the service is. Let's go and have a look. So here we are, and I decided to drop my camera down on here, so if you see my head like this, it's because I'm looking at my second screen. And here you are on nvidia Geforce Now's webpage. So obviously if you get, is all the stuff you get if you are a premium member. So you get install to play, which is a new thing that has just come out, and I will go into a little bit on that very shortly. Less wait, more gaming. So if you pay for premium, you don't have to sit in a queue and wait for a server to be available for you. RTX is turned on, 90 frames per second on Steam Deck, DLSS4, excuse me, and 50 series performance if you are with the ultimate tier. So install to play is a new thing that they are bringing into the service, which is you can now install your own games to the cloud and play them. There is, I think it's 100 gigabyte non-persistent storage. So if you are on a premium subscription, you get 100 gig, but once you close your session, it uninstalls your game and you lose all your saves. They have got an option for persistent storage where you pay for it, so if your game needs more storage, and also you get the option that your saves are kept there while you're using it. They range in price. I think the top one, I think is 2 terabyte, is $7.99 a month on top of whatever you're paying for your subscription, so whichever tier it is. But we'll go and have a look at the tiers now. So if I scroll down here, I'll do it for 1 month plans because the figures on that make my wallet cry. But obviously, yeah, ultimate for 12 months access with no ads, £200 a year. I pay for it monthly at $19.99. And what do you get? So you can go down the free route, which is access 2,000 plus games. Ready to play games is also included, but you only get 1 hour gaming sessions on the server. 1080p resolution, up to 60 frames, no priority access to queue, typical wait time 2 minutes, 4 vCPU cores and 14 gigabytes of DRAM. Then you have your performance, which is £10 a month, which is access to 4,000 games, ready to play and install to play, 6 hour game sessions, 1440p, more powerful rig, so you're getting 8 vCPU cores, 28 gigabytes of DRAM. You get the RTX on this tier as well. 100 hours of premium monthly playtime, additional playtime available. HDR10 and SDR10 available, ultrawide support, 5.1. And then you have the Big Daddy, which is currently, because I'm in the UK, so it's the Geforce RTX 4080, £20 a month. Same as the previous, 8 hour gaming sessions, up to 4K, 240 frames per second, and an even more powerful rig. So it's 16 vCPU cores, 56 gigabytes of DRAM, RTX ray tracing, 100 hours of premium monthly like the previous, HDR, ultra wide support. You also get access to nvidia reflex, and you now have a cloud G-Sync. You also have access with premium to the RTX 5080, which is 5K resolution, up to 360 frames per second, DLSS 4 multi-frame generation, and more games are being added to this service weekly. So there you have it, you sign up. It is technically giving you access to a cloud-based gaming using a high-end rig, so you can play all your latest games in full glorious detail. Nothing's being held back. It doesn't matter what system you're running. This is all based on your internet connection. Yes, if you plug certain monitors in, you're going to get better picture quality. It gives you the options for variable refresh rate monitors and stuff in the actual service itself. So yeah, it gives you the option. Jump in with a free rig, see whether or not your internet can handle it. But they also have the option for day passes. Now this is my recommendation, if I was to be perfectly honest. Drop £8 for an ultimate day, and you get to see, as I'm going to show you, Assassin's Creed in all of its glorious details, not being held back by a console for $7.99. And there are loads of games. You've got PC Game Pass on here, so there's games on PC Game Pass that are on the service. You can play them via a Geforce Now rig with all the bells and whistles turned on, and there is no faffing about. But let's have a look at some footage, shall we? So we can get a bit of a comparison here, because what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you the footage from me benchmarking and a little bit of gameplay on the 4080, and then I'm going to go over and I'm going to change some settings on my Geforce Now app, and we are going to go and have a play of Assassin's Creed Shadows on the new 5080. So stick around for that. You're not going to be disappointed, I assure you. But let's have a look at this footage. So yeah, here we are, the footage on the 4080 RTX. And the one thing a lot of people are going to come out and say is, oh, PC gaming's a bit of a faff. You have to mess around with all your sliders and choose what type of ray tracing and all the DLSS and how much your draw distance is. Well, you don't have to with Geforce Now. It literally does it for you. So obviously I'm on a premium package and I'm on a 4080 RTX and everything is turned up to full. I don't have to mess around with anything at all. It is purely plug and play. Yeah, I can, if I want to, go in and change a load of different settings in the display options to get a better frame rate, but that is purely up to me. 9 times out of 10, it is plug and play. Turn it on, play your game. Don't have to worry about it. The service itself, yes, it runs via your internet connection, so all of this still comes down to your internet speed. So if you don't actually know whether or not you're going to be able to run this, obviously either try the free rig, grab yourself a day pass as I did, and then go down the road of eliminating what it could potentially be. So if it is a case of you haven't got fast enough internet, see if you can get a different package, change your Ethernet cables, all of that lovely stuff until you know that you can run the service. But it also gives you the option, which I will show you when we go and play the actual 5080, is you can test the service itself. So once you've obviously picked your package, you can go in, even in the free one, I'm assuming I never went down that road, you go in and you can hit the test connection button and it will show you how much latency you got, your bandwidth, whether you're going to lose any packets, and it will show you and it will give you suggestions on how to make this service work for you. But as you can see here, all of this is recorded at 1080p and I'm getting 70 frames per second on average. I think it drops around 60. More than playable. You may have the odd packet loss, you may have the odd frame loss, but that is purely down to your internet connection. So it's a no-brainer. Personally, I think this is the way forward. Obviously, if there's any Assassin's Creed fans watching this video, please hit me up in the comments if you want to have a chat about Assassin's Creed and where you think Ubisoft are going to take the next game. Hopefully they don't mess it up like they have any of their other franchises, because we all know that Shadows was teetering on the edge of being a complete failure, but it is one hell of a beautiful game. You will see shortly after this benchmark a little bit of gameplay with regards to Assassin's Creed Shadows at 1080p on the 4080, because obviously, as you can see, you're getting 72 at average and 102 at top end, but it all comes down to the game. So when you are playing it and you've got a busy internet connection, you've got your other half on the phone scrolling their life away on TikTok, or you've got your kids and they're playing on their Switch or whatever it is, all put a bit of a strain on your bandwidth. So it's one of them. You've got to see which works for you, change some settings, change some hardware, but it still all comes down to when you're playing the game. Because benchmarking, yeah, that is all well and good, but unfortunately it is one of them, isn't it? If there's a lot of people on your internet connection, or it's just that time of day in your area where everyone is online, you are going to notice, as you can see here, I've lost some packets and I've lost some frames, but it's still averaging out at 60 frames per second. You may have the odd stutter, but it always seems to correct itself, especially with that adjust for poor internet connection, which I will show you in the settings. It has an option for that. And also, if you've got L4S on your broadband supplier, you can ask them for that and it'll help stabilize your connection. So there's a lot of things you can do to help this service work for you. But this just looks stunning. At 1080p, running through a modem on Wi-Fi to a booster. So there's a Wi-Fi connection between them two. And I've got a high grade, Cat 6 Ethernet cable going from the booster to my laptop, and this is the settings I am getting. I can't fault it. I really can't fault it. I play Stalker 2 on this service and it's absolutely gorgeous. They've even dropped the new update for that, so that's going into the 5080 option on Geforce Now. So once they've upgraded the UK servers, I am going to be getting that as well. So I can't wait. This thing is amazing. I use this a lot of the time instead of my Xbox, especially if the other half is using it. And I can game on the go. You can even use it on your mobile phone if you so choose to. It is an amazing, amazing service. Yes, as I keep saying, it all depends on your internet connection. But how about we go over and have a look at see how this performs at full 4K on a 5080 in France. I will reiterate, in France, but I'll also benchmark it at 1080p just so that you've got some comparisons between this footage and what we're going to be playing. So let's go over and have a look. So this is what you will end up with when you log in to Geforce Now. Obviously you've picked your membership or you've got yourself a day pass. You have your favourites. Obviously I've got a fair few here. I've tried out a few games on the service. You have, in this settings, you have your connections. So inside the connections is obviously Ubisoft Plus, Battle.net, Epic Game Store, Steam and Xbox. And all you do is connect whatever service it is you're using to this, and it will sync whatever games you own. Obviously with Xbox it's whatever is in PC Game Pass that's on the service. But when you go into gameplay is where all the fun stuff happens. So obviously if I change this back to England, England, United Kingdom, and I click test network, it will go from my computer to Ethernet, internet service provider, and then the Geforce Now service, and it will give me all the details I need on what potential issues I could have. But as you can see here, bandwidth measured 75, latency of 20, and that's because I'm running it through my booster. If I plug this in to my modem straight, I get 15. So it all depends on what hardware you're running with regards to your internet. So that's something else to keep an eye out for when you're having a go at the service. But I'm going to change that back to France 1 because I know that has got a 5080 graphics card attached to the server. I'll change this to 1080p there. But in here, so as you see, I've changed the resolution. You get to choose what frame rate you're aiming for, whether you want VSync turned on. If you've got a VRR display, it will let you click that on. I haven't got one. Whether you want to turn reflex on or not, and obviously it will only let you use reflex if you have your frame rate set to 120 frames per second, or you have a variable refresh rate display. HDR, whether you want it on or off. Your color quality, AI video filtering is, it's a new thing they've dropped on. I've not played around with it, so I'm just going to leave it as it is. You have the option to adjust for poor network connections. I advise you turn that on. And L4S if your broadband supplier gives you the option. And that is relatively it. You don't have to mess about or anything like that. You literally just connect and go. It is so simple. But obviously they drop games on the service. I'll scroll down here. Geforce Now Thursdays. Every Thursday they drop new titles onto the service, so this is where you will come. You also have the option here, so say like Borderlands 4, which is what everyone is playing at the moment, except for me, because I'm not a massive Borderlands fan. If you wanted to purchase this game, and obviously you've got your account connected, you just click that, takes you to your Steam account, on Steam, purchase your game, come back to Geforce Now, mark it as owned, and away you go. It is that simple. It's a really, really streamlined service. I can't fault it at all. I have had absolute hours of fun using this service. And the service is designed for people who obviously can't afford to go out and buy a top of the range gaming rig that has a 5090 GPU and the latest CPUs and all that. I fell out of practice with the whole PC jargon and market a very long time ago. I just got sick and tired of constantly having to upgrade whenever I wanted to play a game after I built the rig 5 years down the line. I just couldn't afford it, so I went full blown console, and then this service showed up, and it's a game changer. But let's go over and have a look at this. Assassin's Creed. Oh, I've left it on French server. It'll be fine. But it's analysing my network now. You have to turn my background music off shortly. And this is, well, because I've got it linked to my Ubisoft account, I get my achievements. So if it's a cross achievement game, you will get them. I think the only game I own that doesn't is Cyberpunk 2077. That is 2 separate achievement lists. So if you own it on Xbox and you've bought it on Steam, it is 2 separate achievements lists. So let's just turn my background music off. So obviously I'm going to benchmark this on a 5080 at 1080p, but then I'm going to go back out of the game and I'm going to change the settings to 4K, and we're going to see how well the new servers run. So here we go. Let's have a look. Turn my pad on would help, wouldn't it? There you go. Trusty old Xbox pad. As you can see, it's not detecting. Oh, I need to go back. There we go. So if I do Control N, it will give me the tab for the GeForce RTX 5080. It will show me the frames per second in game, your frames per second with the stream, and what your ping is, so your latency. And obviously it's bouncing a little bit because as of recording it is like 6 o'clock in the evening, so there's a lot of people on the internet in my area, and also I'm nowhere near the server. But let's benchmark this just so that you can see the comparison. I'll shrink the GeForce one down, but as you can see, this is at 1080p. So there you go, 85. That's bonkers. Full HDR 5080 series card, 1080p. And let me know if any of you are Assassin's Creed fans in the comments below. That would be nice to have a chat with some fellow assassins. But look at that, 90 frames top end, 87 average. And I'm nowhere near the server. This is absolutely bonkers. And if you are wondering, my second screen is a 45-inch 4K TV. So what are we going to get top end? Let's have a look. So max 106 frames, average 88. You can't argue with that, and that's only at 1080p. So let's go and drop out of the game, go back to the Geforce Now app, and I'm going to turn the resolution up within Geforce Now to full 4K and benchmark it again, and just have a little bit of a mooch around in the game so that you can see it under load. And yes, I am playing it, just in case you are wondering. So let's quit out of here. Because the other thing that GeForce Now will give you if you sign up to the service when you are in the app is you have the ability to access a session report, and that will score your session, so your device, your internet connection, and all of the other stuff. So I will show you that once we've played a little bit. It comes up as a little dot on this help section here. But go to settings, gameplay. Let's crank this bad boy right up to 4K. And then what we'll do, just go straight back to games. It is so easy to use, really is. The only issue you may have sometimes is the servers may be down for maintenance, or that a certain game is being updated. That can be a pain in the arse in some, especially if you're really excited to get in and you want to play that game, and the upgrading, the patching the hell out of it and all that lovely stuff is just pain in the arse. But problem with cloud gaming. So let's go back into Assassin's Creed. Now this will be in full 4K, HDR turned on, RTX is on as well with ray tracing. And let's have a look at this. I will do another benchmark and see what we get at the top end. and then I'll jump in for some gameplay. I'm really hyped for this. Obviously, I'm going to get even better performance once they've upgraded the UK servers. This is going to be one of the services that everyone's experience is different based on obviously how far you are away from the server farm, your hardware, and your internet connection. So it's one of them. As I said, get yourself a day pass and see if it suits you. What you're going to lose? £8, and you may get the ability to play some of your favourite games in full HDR, full 4K, 240 frames per second. It's only £8. That's what I did anyway. So here we are now in a full 4K. Go to system. Let's benchmark this. Definitely a lot smooth. So let's see what we get. I think I lost some packets there. Let's just have a look. Yeah. 381 in total. That'll be because I'm nowhere near the server. But considering I'm in the UK, in sunny North Wales, I'm nowhere near France, and I'm getting this level of quality from a server that far away, I'll eat my hat. It's that damn good in quality. nvidia are just out of this world for cloud gaming. Microsoft, I've got a lot to learn, if I was to be perfectly honest, because their cloud gaming nowhere near this yet. So what did we get top end at 4K? 103 with an average of 83. More than playable. Now obviously the latency, yeah, it's a bit of a pain in the backside for the sheer fact of I'm nowhere near this server, and I can't wait for them to get these UK servers upgraded, because I'm really looking forward to playing some of my games on this service with a 5080. But let's see how this handles with a little bit of gameplay, shall we? There'll be no spoilers. I'm just going to have a mooch about. I need to get back into this game, if I was to be perfectly honest. There's just too many games to play. So here we go, full 4K. And I'll pull up the full tab so we can see if I lose any more. I've lost to what, 2 frames. I've lost 381 in packets. There we go. Let's get into a fight. There we go. Oh, there you go. There's the ping jumping. It might not like the connection to my laptop either, because I haven't got a 2.1 HDMI. But there you go. That's what this game looks like on Geforce Now on a 5080 on a French server, which I'm nowhere near. And that's the performance again. Yeah, I lost 446 packets, 31 frames in total, but I was still running, what, 70 frames per second? It's just an amazing service, an absolutely amazing service. Oh yeah, you want to? Oh, forgot to show you the session report. Let's go and just switch back over. Right, I always forget about session report. It's the third time I've recorded this, but yeah, here we go. Session report. So yeah, it's not like my device. Obviously, I'm recording this as well, so that's going to put even more of a strain on my laptop. And network lag. Yes, I'm going to get quite a bit of network lag because of the booster. When I game downstairs. I take the laptop down and I game downstairs right next to my modem. Something that I can upgrade. I can put extra bits in to try and improve my connection upstairs. But that is the only thing really that you're going to have an issue with, is the internet. Purely the internet. So there you have it. You can go back, pause the videos, check to see the differences between the frame rates on both the 4080 and the 5080. But I absolutely love this service. Now, have you used Geforce Now? If you have, I'd like to know how you get on with the service. And if you haven't, I hope this video has obviously given you a little bit of insight into Geforce Now and potentially gets you to go and get a day pass to see whether or not it will suit you. I recommend the service. I think it's absolutely brilliant. So I'd love to know your thoughts and your feelings with regards to everything Geforce Now. Do you think that cloud gaming is going to be the future for all of us gamers? And is the whole having a box or anything like that going to disappear in the future, and we'll all be running things like this from our TVs and just using one of these to play? Who knows? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. So I hope you've enjoyed this video. So don't forget to, obviously, if you're a new viewer and you've got this far, hit that subscribe button and the bell to be notified of more content coming to the channel. That's all I ask if you've enjoyed it. Also, give it a massive thumbs up if you really have. It shows me that you have liked it. And as I'm saying this, my encode is overloading on OBS. Gotta love it. So, on that note, weather the storm, and I'll see you all on the next one.
Humans, what have you learned?